Baby Keem just came out with a new track featuring... Baby Keem just came out with a new track titled Family Ties, and it's titled as such because it features his cousin, Kendrick Lamar. Never heard of him, but if Keem's putting him on, he must be pretty good. All jokes aside, this is Kendrick's first verse, or new verse, in over 2 years. Yes, I know he was on that Busta Rhymes album, but that was an old verse. We've already gone through that, so whatever. But this is the first verse that we've gotten from Kendrick, and it seems to be the first one that he's going to be doing under the Oklama moniker, at least from the music video and the trailer that has come out for it. So, seeing as it's a hard-ass track, it's only right we go bar for bar and break down these lyrics. If you're new to this channel, these breakdowns are where I go and basically read out the lyrics and give my interpretation of what the artists are trying to say. My interpretations are not always correct, so if I've missed something or misinterpreted anything, feel free to let me know in the comments below. That way everyone gets to learn something. So we start off with an intro, which, I mean, it's just from Keem and it doesn't really say a whole lot. It's really just to kind of set the track. So it's, again, just really to set the tone. Don't know why he said come in that bitch, but alright. But you know, it's really just to set the tone, like I said, kind of get y'all hype. This then goes right into his first verse. So the chopper's doing circles, the chopper's doing rounds, like the gun's doing rounds, or, you know, just a motorcycle. With him saying done politicking with the competition, what's the word? It's him saying he's done playing nice with everyone else. He's done politicking. So now, what's the word? What's going to come of all that politicking that he's done? Put that on my mama, nigga, ate in the process. Nigga trying to tippy-toe through the progress. Tongue-tied when the truth is an object. What's the pros and the cons of this next check? Him saying dude's trying to tippy-toe through the progress. So some people try to sneak by and just kind of get in. When it comes to music or just getting money. Tongue-tied when the truth is an object, which is probably in reference to those people trying to tippy-toe around and, you know, snake their way through. And just, I guess, trying to find the easy way to get money or to get to whatever he is. That wasn't pros and cons of the next check. So sometimes you gotta do something dirty to get money. So he's trying to weigh the pros and cons and not even necessarily doing something dirty. Like with music, it's like, do I really want to do this? Like, is it worth it? Do I sacrifice my integrity in some sort of way? So he was a loner, it sounds like. He didn't have a crew, he didn't have a whole lot of people around him, or he's just at the party, which he referenced earlier on, taking him to the party, he's a nerd. So he's just, you know, in the cut, on his own, and he's like, yo, why you got a strap at the party? Who brings a gun to a party? Who kills dudes at a party? Like, this is him thinking that. I mean, there are so many reasons that that happens, but usually it's not necessary. Beat him up, beat him up, beat him up, beat him up. I was seeing double in the projects, mad at myself, learning to put it to the side. Mama had to cater for the coop. He's saying beat him up, the dude who had a gun who tries to lay people out at the party. Like, I mean, makes sense. I mean, like, I don't think most people are witted like that. Like, you don't need to resort to that sort of violence immediately. Just beat that dude up. The dude who has a gun. I mean, if a bunch of people jump him, I think you could take him. Maybe not the best course of action, but you know, mad at myself when I put it aside. Mama had to cater for the coop. So whatever he was doing to get money, he's now looking back and like just thinking about it. He's like, damn, I was really just hiding my own money when my mama had to like go do odd jobs, like cater to get a car. And I'm assuming the car is the one that he drives, the one that he was just sitting in the car in the 90s with the windows tinted. That we rode at the school on the way to pop pies. And niggas wanna play both sides. It's a red dot, don't get on the wrong red eye. It's a headshot, they became woo. So still referring to the coupe. They used to take that coupe to Popeyes. And then he's saying dudes wanna play both sides. So like I mean, you go straight to gangs, and you want to play both gangs, but you also want to be good and bad. Like, it's not something that's very easy to balance. But I'm leaning more towards the violent side, just because of the red dot. The red dot being a laser sight on a gun. Like, you don't want to be on that side, and you want to get on the wrong red eye. Red eye being a early morning, late night flight. But also, like, the red dot is in this person's eye. You don't want to be on the wrong side of that red dot. And him saying I'm OD in Paris, I'm OD in France. I mean, OD is typically just like overdosed. Don't think that's where he's going there. OD, if we're to pull another Family Ties reference, because this is a Family Ties song, and that's the title of the song. One of Kendrick's first projects was OD, Overly Dedicated. So he's overly dedicated in Paris, he's overly dedicated in France. But that might be a bit of a stretch. Put down your IG and look through my lens. A million to grandma, who did I offend? The girl of your dreams to me is a fan. I netted 10 million and did a little dance. Put down your IG. So he's saying, don't just like live in the moment, because a lot of people, you know, they'll take pictures just to post on IG, and they go places just to post on IG, or they're posting on their stories all the time, and they're just looking through their camera. But he's like, no, like, take a look at how I'm living, take a look at my life, which, I mean, is kind of weird, because, I mean, he could probably see it on IG too, but he doesn't really post like that. So he then says, a million to grandma, who did I offend? And I don't know why anyone would be offended that he's giving $1 million to his grandma. I'm fucking the world, I am in my pants. My Uncle G told me that I had a chance, so then I popped out and did it again, and did it again, and did it again. So at this point, the beat switches just a little bit, and it tones down, but it's still dope. Him saying he's fucking the world, I unzip my pants. I'm just gonna keep pulling Kendrick references if it makes sense, but from Backseat Freestyle, I pray my dick as big as the Eiffel Tower so I can fuck the world for 72 hours. So he already made the France reference and the Paris reference with the Eiffel Tower, but also fucking the world. Again, might be a bit of a stretch. And then his Uncle G, which we can assume to be Kendrick's dad, told him that he had a chance, probably looking at his more creative endeavors, because I don't know exactly the age difference, but based on the cover art for this song, it does look like Kendrick is a decent amount older, maybe 5 to 10 years older. So he's probably like, yo, like, look what Kendrick did. Like, you got some talent. So this is now people's thoughts on Baby Keem, at least that's what it sounds like to me. Basically saying like, yo, where did you come from? Where did he begin? Like, because to me, he kind of came up out of nowhere. And really my first introduction to him was as Kendrick's cousin. So, you know, to me, he'll be like, nah, he's only popping because he's Kendrick's cousin. But no, I mean, he's different enough. He's not just copying Kendrick. He's unique in his own way. And for me, I don't listen to him all the time, but, you know, there's moments where I really want to listen to Keem. Like, he's still solid in that way for me. But, you know, that's what people are asking. Like, yo, where did you come from? What the hell? Advice from the council and nobody in. I mean, this is probably from Kendrick and people around him. Because, you know, if you know Kendrick, you know you don't know Kendrick. Like, he doesn't really come out very often. He doesn't let anyone in. So that's the advice possibly that he got from Kendrick. Avoiding the trends and ducking the hose. The trends, I mean, he is kind of doing his own thing. He does feel more of like an amalgamation of multiple different artists at times, but I think he's still unique in his own way. He's ducking the loonies that come with the shows. There's crazy people at shows. He, like, you know, crazy fans who may come after him. But also just crazy people in general. But also, isn't a loony like a Canadian dollar? Like the dollar coin? So he's like, are people throwing Canadian dollar coins at him? He's grateful to Man Man, he opened up doors. Man Man is Kendrick. It was a nickname that his family gave him, like way back in the day. I don't know how often it is used now. But, you know, that's something that we learned, I think, from Damn. But yeah, I mean, he's grateful to Kendrick because he opened up doors. I mean, Keem definitely gained a lot of success, I'm assuming, due to Kendrick. I mean, like I said, I learned of him because he's Kendrick's cousin.
This greatest success where most niggas fold. I tell you my past, that shit don't get old. But how could you ask? Like I don't be writing my raps. The critics got everyone tapped.
So the greatest success is where most people fold. So once you get beyond that that hump where a lot of people are like, I can't do this no more. Like that's where success is. So you got to kind of push through and persevere. But how could you ask like I don't be writing my raps? That's rude. So he's probably gotten people saying like, "Oh, Kendrick probably writes for you," which really, I don't know. I don't see that.
You gotta relax. The city where nobody sleeps. Just type in and that's where I'm at. Ho.
And then he just kind of ends in his verse. Yeah, just saying, yeah, I'm in Vegas. You know where I'm at. Just ask for me. Like you ain't got to talk about me. Just find me. So then we get to Kendrick's verse with another beat switch, which starts off with an intro, which just goes.
Smoking on your top 5 tonight. I'm smoking on your what's the name tonight. Smoking on your show's name tonight.
Basically, letting you know pretty early on that he's gonna be smoking on your top 5. Basically, whoever is on your top 5, he's gonna outshine him. This goes right into his actual verse.
I am the omega. pgLang rolling gang SIE. Don't you address me unless it's with 4 letters. I thought you known better. I've been ducking the pandemic. I've been social gimmicks.
He is the omega. He is the end. He is the end game. He is everything. He is also pgLang. He is rolling gang and SIE. Just all these things that he is. Don't address him unless it's with 4 letters. The 4 letters presumably being GOAT. Then he kind of addresses where he's been, because, you know, people expected him to say something last year during the pandemic. So he says, I've been ducking the pandemic. I've been social gimmicks. Just, I'm assuming ducking social gimmicks.
I've been ducking the overnight activist, yeah. I'm not a trending topic. I'm a hold on, y'all niggas playing with me, man.
He goes, I've been ducking overnight activists, which, I mean, given last year, a lot of people did come out, and some people may not know everything and claim, like, make it seem like they know everything, and they're really pushing for stuff, which maybe they're just doing it because it's popular instead of just doing it because it's the right thing. He's not a trending topic. He doesn't do things for the popularity. He doesn't, you know, he's not out there to be popular. He's not out there to be trendy. And he's like, wait, hold on. Wait. And then he basically repeats that. Yeah, he just repeats that, so I'm not gonna do that again. Then it goes up to,
I'm not a trending topic, I'm a prophet. I answer to Metatron, Nick Gabrielle. Bitch, looking for a better me. I am a legacy, I come from the 70s.
Yeah, he's still, like I said, he's not a trending topic, but he is a prophet. He answers to Metatron and Gabriel, who are 2 angels. And I mean, that's kind of interesting too. Like, he is a prophet, but it sounds like the angels are speaking to him as well. I am a legacy, I came from the 70s. He grew up on 70s music, which we'll get into with the next lines. Yeah, so he's the Al Green offspring, Guns and the Melody. So he grew up on Al Green. The big shot, wrist on cryotherapy, wrist on froze. His wrist has a lot of diamonds. Although Kendrick doesn't seem to be that flashy, so he could be talking about someone else. And as soon as he presses that button, you better get right, like the ambulance coming. To me, the first thing that came to mind is like the panic button that people have in like liquor stores and gas stations for when the police come. But maybe he just has 911 on speed dial, which 911 on speed dial is kind of silly to say. You better get right, like the ambulance coming. Like the ambulance is coming to get you right, but you better get right as soon as I press that button. Like whatever that button may be. I mean, you better get right.
Us two when I like Keem been through none day free, got at least 1 B in the oven. I'm tripping, I'm jigging, my mental is amazing, brother. Pop off only on occasions, brother.
Us two on a light, him and Keem, I'm assuming. But then he's saying Keem been through nothing. I don't know about that. Maybe he hasn't been through the same things that Kendrick has. Maybe that's what he's addressing. Dave Free, who is also has formed pgLang with Kendrick, seems to have a baby in the oven. At least one. Through all this, like, his mental is amazing. And then he starts doing this brother thing, which just really reminds me of like Hulk Hogan, which maybe that's where he's going with it. But also it kind of sounds like how some people would just address each other, not necessarily other people around Kendrick, but people who may not know Kendrick very well and may want to seem like they're friendly to him. I think that's the nicest way to say it. But yeah, he's just saying, I pop off only on occasions. He doesn't come out very often. He pops off on occasion.
Rich nigga mama done made it, brother. Go figure, never caught cases, brother. Face it, brother. Gracious, brother. New flows come and be patient, brother.
His mom knows he made it. He never caught any cases. Like, he's been good. Everything's been great. And he lets you know that new flows are coming. Be patient. Which I guess is an announcement in itself.
Show my ass in, take out a class. I can multitask like Megan, brother. 2021 ain't taking no prisoner. Last year y'all fucked up all the listeners.
So this is just Kendrick sounds angry. He just sounds very upset. He can show his ass and take you to class like Megan Thee Stallion. So Megan Thee Stallion, who I think she's still in school. I don't think she's graduated just yet, but she's also, you know, pursuing her rap career while pursuing her degree outside of rap, which is, I mean, impressive in itself. But Kendrick, you didn't have to go after her like that. And then, yeah, I guess he just clarified that with saying he ain't taking no prisoner.
Who went platinum? I call that a visitor. Who the fuck backing them? All been falsified. The facts mean this is a vaccine and the game need me to survive. The Elohim, the rebirth.
Now he's just talking about all last year. It's like, y'all fucked everything up. Who went platinum? Whoever went platinum, he's just here for the time being. Like, for the time being, he's just a visitor. He's not gonna stay there because Kendrick is coming back to reclaim his throne. Is what it sounds like. And he's like, who the fuck is backing him? Like, that's all been falsified. Which to me sounds like they're just supporting him because there's no one else around. But also, I mean, people cheat on their streams. They have stream farms. So maybe that's also what he's addressing there. And then the facts mean this is a vaccine the game need me to survive. So pretty good timing for this vaccine bar because, I mean, 2020, we needed a vaccine so that we wouldn't die from COVID. And now he is the vaccine for hip hop because he feels like the game is dying and it needs him to not die out. And then he is the Elohim, the rebirth. He is like a god or godlike.
Before you get to the Father, you gotta holler at me first, bitch. Smoking on top fives. Motherfuck that album, fuck that single, burn that hard drive. Burn that shit.
Before you get to God, you gotta holler at me first. Like, you gotta go through me before you even get to God. And he's smoking on top fives. Fuck that album, fuck that single. He's like, y'all it ain't nothing. And then burn that hard drive, which, I mean, sounds like a Kanye reference, which he does also address, or who he also addresses later on. Because if you remember from The Life of Pablo, he addresses his cousin, who, I think it was The Life of Pablo, who stole his hard drive and leaked a bunch of songs.
Ain't nobody safe when I come, I'm killing everybody that's outside. Yeah, Kanye changed his life, but me, I'm still an old school Gemini. Bitch. Let me jump in this bitch.
Ain't nobody safe. He's coming for everyone. And he's, when I come up killing everyone that's outside, ain't no one safe. Yeah, Kanye changed his life, so he found Jesus. But Kendrick's like, nah, I'm still old school. I'm an old school Gemini. And then we get an outro where Keem and Kendrick, you know, just kind of swap bars a little bit.
Let me jump in this bitch. 2 phones, but I only bring 1 in this bitch.
1 daughter, but they all my sons in this bitch.
No hoes, ain't shit getting done in this bitch.
Keem saying, let me jump with this bitch. 2 phones, but I only bring 1 in this bitch. He only needs 1 right now. Then Kendrick saying he has 1 daughter, but everyone else in the rap game, I mean, coming up, are his children, are his sons.
Scary, I got a gun in this bitch, smoking on top fives. Stop playing, I'm that guy.
Number 2 DM in my bitch. That's cool, I don't, that's why.
So he's scary, he has a gun, and smoking on top 5, stop playing, I'm that guy. Number 2 DM in his bitch? Who's he calling number 2? But he's like, that's cool, whatever. I don't ask why. So that's the song. As you can tell, I'm very excited because it's been a while since we've heard from Kendrick. It's been like 2-some years since we got a verse from him. Like I said, the Busta Rhymes song doesn't count because that was an old verse. So this is the newest piece of work that we got from Kendrick. And honestly, Kendrick just sounds angry. Kendrick sounds fed up with all y'all trying to say that he fell off and he's back to reclaim his throne. This, I'm assuming, is his Oklama moniker or alter ego, because this is a different flow and energy from Kendrick that we've gotten in the past, and I like it. If this is what we're gonna see on his next project, dope. This is kind of reminiscent of Control, just in the sense that he's calling people out and he's being very aggressive with it, but it's still up in the air whether or not this is going to have the same impact. I don't think it will, honestly. Keem did a great job, because with Keem I'm kind of hit or miss. Like, I have to really be in the mood for Keem, and it's more for like the vibe rather than like for lyrics and the bars. Like, so far with all the singles that he's put out for Melodic Blue, I really haven't been like super into them. Like, they're cool, but like they're not something I go back to frequently. This is a lot better in my opinion. I like it a lot better. So yeah, this is dope. I feel like Keem knew that Kendrick was just gonna steal the show. So he did step his game up, but man, I know I missed a lot, because to be honest, it is 1:15 in the morning and I'm running on like 5 hours of sleep. So I'm going to end it there. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of this track. Like I said, I love it, but I want to hear what you have to say. Also, let me know if I missed something or misinterpreted anything with these lyrics, because that is entirely possible. Also, like and subscribe if you want to see more breakdowns of content like this. Thank you for watching, and please stay safe out there.